What is up? What is up? Hey, welcome to Mailbag Mondays. If you guys are out there, I think I saw some people in the live chat. So let me go ahead and check it. Oh yeah, we got some people in here. All right, my man Coach Carp has already arrived. So let's go. What is up, man? Appreciate you being here. Uh, and of course, he said, "Yep, yeah, that's what I'm talking about." So this is what they know, what they call in the industry, and maybe it's just me. It's a trial balloon. So I have been thinking about we a little bit quick rundown of what this is. So um for the next 30, this is Mailbag Mondays, and for the next 30 minutes I'll be answering questions that you guys have posted on YouTube within the previous 7 days. And the questions will come from a combination of comments on you on our video uploads, comments on live stream replays, standalone comments if you make a post in our community section of the channel. All right. Oh, I'm starting to see people. Hey, Scott Mickle. Uh Scott Michael. That shows how long it's been since we've spoken. Hey, Scott, how you doing, brother? Coach Rex Peckinpah. What's up, man? Hey, Rex, my man. Let's see here. So if you are watching live and you haven't posted a question in the past 7 days, don't worry, because the show also acts as a live AMA. Okay. So while I'm here, I'm happy to answer any home gym or YouTube related question that you guys have for me. Um, Cut that off right there. Just had to turn off my other alarms. Uh, I was like terrified I would miss it and I'd wake up late or something. And I was like, that we can't have that. So anyway, I'm happy during this stream, which is only going to be about 30 minutes long, but I'm happy to answer any home gym or YouTube growth related questions that you guys have for me. All you gotta do is post them in the live chat. And let me go ahead and let me go through my stuff. So first of all, I need you guys to hit the like button and subscribe, because if I see people hitting like, if I see people being engaged with this, that lets me know this is something that you guys want to do. And subscribe, because it helps grow the channel. And the more reach we have, the easier it is to reach out to brands to accomplish one of the other things that I want to do with this, which is sometimes you guys ask me questions that it's better if a brand answers. And so the bigger the channel is, the more people we get on watching the show, the easier it is to get brands to agree to come in here and spend time answering questions. So you guys, it's kind of up to you how cool this show becomes, like with everything else on YouTube. Let's see here. Now, as I said, if you do not have a question already, I'm going to go ahead. You can post your questions and comments in the live chat. If you're watching on replay, you can post your question in the comments on this video, and I'll add them to the queue to be answered next week. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions about the show format or anything else like that, go ahead and throw those comments as well. And we got our first question in the live chat. That's perfect. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and let me see how this works here if I do this. Okay, yeah. All right, so this question is from Rex. He said, have you been keeping track of what Mastonomics is doing with Gym Radar? As a matter of fact, Rex, I can answer that with a definite affirmative. And let's do a quick screen share, because that's going to be part of what we do here today. And look at that. Look at that dude. All right, look at that. Look at that dude right there. See, that's my account on Gym Radar. Now, it is woefully underdeveloped because I really haven't had time. And I know it's like, well, how in the world can you not have time to just, you're at the computer for hours? I just didn't have time because well, honestly, I was putting this show together, putting together my stuff for Friday's live stream with Strength and Steel reviews and Cara Metal. And so I really haven't had time to just go back and dedicate time to this. Okay. Hey, shout out. There's like 600. Man, this is so awesome. There's like almost 700 of you watching right now. Appreciate you guys for being here. So anyway, but Rex, I am on there. Hey, and if you will post in the live chat your account, and I'll follow you as well on Gym Radar, okay? And anybody else who's watching, if you want to follow me on Gym Radar, go ahead and you can find my account and you can follow it, and I'll try to follow you guys back. And we are working on getting Massonomics on the an upcoming episode of Up Way Too Early with Garage Gym Life, so we can deep dive into that some more when they come on. All right, so and to show you that this show isn't 100%, I still have the banner from Up Way Too Early with Garage Gym Life at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, because while it does apply, it doesn't apply. You know what I'm saying? All right, so what does apply is that right there. Bam! Always Garage Gym Life. All right, so let me say something here. So anyway, I've been saying that our channel is designed to be like a magazine. In fact, if you look at some of the oldest videos on the channel, it says Garage Gym Life Magazine. This show is basically our viewer mail section, but it's cooler because it's live. So let's dive in. We've already started. So the first question is from Carlos Contreras 4440, who I called on Up Way Too Early with Garage Bag. I called him other Carlos because I ended up sore because I squat to answer his question. I had to do a video, and then I had to and I did it on the day I squatted. So I squatted, then I had to squat some more because I forgot to answer his question while doing my normal squats. So I guess that's kind of my fault too. In any case, his question is, see if I can pull this up here real quick. Let's go to YouTube Studio, go to my, I guess the easiest way would be to go to the content section, and bells of steel, monoliths, and comments, and filter these, contains questions. All right, so yeah. All right, now let's go ahead and share the screen so you guys can, you may or may not be able to see the question, but as often as I can, I try to show it. Okay, so this is from Carlos, right? And he says, great review, John, as usual. Appreciate you, Carlos. He said, if they made these for 1-inch holes, I'd definitely pick up a set. I love the roller monolift combo concept. We'll get back to that 1-inch holes thing in a little bit. He said, one question, have you used them for squats? And if you have, how did they work for you? Okay, so stop sharing that, and I am going to go ahead and answer that question by the simple method of, okay, hold up, yeah, with this video. So Carlos, there are a couple of reasons why I do not use these bells of steel monolift attachments for squatting. The first reason is convenience. Maybe if I was the only one who used our gym, it wouldn't be a big deal. But because Naomi and I both use the gym and she does not use these, I have to make sure that I don't do anything that interferes with her ability to use the power rack. So it's one thing for her to take them down if I inadvertently leave them up after benching, but she's currently not strong enough to get these down if they're up where they would need to be for me to squat. So that's the first thing. The second reason why I don't use it is because the value of monolift is in, for squatting, is in letting you set your feet so that you can just unrack and squat. But because when I compete, I tend to compete in federations that require you to walk out your squat, I just got in the habit of always walking out my squat, and I don't see any particular reason to change it. And because I'm going to walk the squat out anyway, there's really no benefit to me to using the monolift. So I'll show you what it would look like if I did use it, but I personally don't use it for squats ever. So once again, you see roller J cups, and as I said, the value of this is in being able to set your feet and not have to move them. So it's kind of weird for me because I don't ever do this, but go ahead, get under here, set my feet where I want them, get under the bar, and then I stand up. With an actual monolift, somebody would move the monolift's arms out of the way for you. But for this, it does it automatically. Then you squat. And you see it's out of the way. But for me, it's kind of irrelevant because racket, the way that I would normally set up is I would just treat these like normal J hooks, which you can do. So if you're somebody who says you don't want J hooks, you don't want to have J hooks and these, you just want to have one or the other, this will work just fine. So I didn't really think about it that way. But if you were to use it for squats, you can do this. This is how I would do it. And then I step back in. And there you go. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope that answered your question. All right, Carlos, there are a couple. All right, get rid of that. Yeah, there's no reason for you to have to watch that twice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a man very sore but squatting to answer a question because he forgot to answer the question when he was squatting in the first place. Okay, so learn from my mistakes. So we have a special guest backstage. So I'm going to go ahead and go directly to the next question, which comes from, actually, you know what? Let's do it a different way. So I've invited my guy, Andrew Ponsler, who handles the orders for the U.S. for Bells of Steel, to answer this. And any other bells. So he's going to answer this. He's going to answer any other Bells of Steel product questions you have. So fresh off the Bells of Steel appearance of the 2026 NFL Combine, let's welcome in Andrew Ponsler. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, not much, man. How was the hey, what's up? How was the Combine?
Combine was good. Had a lot of success. Yeah, it was a good experience. I think everybody seemed to love the setup we have. Some all-time bench records. I think we're set on our equipment.
Oh, wow.
Actually tearing part of our group is tearing that equipment down today, and then it'll be for sale tomorrow. So
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It was a long week, but good setup, good tear down, and lots of amazing equipment will be for sale starting tomorrow.
Like we said on the during the show, we're like, look, this is a big, like, the NFL is a multi-billion-dollar organization. They can afford to fly equipment in from anywhere. So for them to say, hey, we'll just go with Bells of Steel that's right here, it's not because you guys are right there in Indianapolis. It's because they legitimately believe in your equipment, so, and your company. So that I just think this wasn't even on the menu to talk about a whole lot, but I just want to give you guys a shout out because a lot of it is due to the reputation that you guys have, not just as a brand, but actually specifically your Indianapolis store, because you guys were the ones that are going to be setting it up. So that's huge, man. I was excited when I saw it, so appreciate that. All right, so I know you don't have a ton of time. You're actually at work, and hey, what's up, Trevor? So we already have a comment. Said Rex Peckerball said, "Tell Andrew I may be in to see him this week. I love going to the showroom. Congrats on the Combine, well deserved."
Much appreciate it.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this question here. Let's see, throw this up here. I don't know if you can see that this question. Okay, so this is from J Kent 58, and he said he wants to know why Bells of Steel doesn't offer a Manticore version or a 1-inch version, for those of you who don't know the difference between the Hydra and the Manticore. It's like the one attachment for all brands that's offered in 5/8, not 1-inch, not vice versa. So let's go ahead, and I brought in an expert. So why doesn't Bells of Steel offer the Hydra monolift attachments in 1-inch?
Yeah, it's actually super simple, maybe overly simple answer is we had a design for the 5/8 with the spring collar on it, or the spring on it, and we just didn't like the design as much as we thought we were. So we went with the more of the counterweight style. And we always do a test run market first. So we do a purchase order, we do a test market, do feedback, and then move forward. And we always test them 5/8 first. So pure and simple, we change the design, we like the new design, and we just have to do a purchase order now for the 1 inch. So the product will be coming. It's just we had to do research in the market first. And that's as simple as it gets for us on that.
So essentially, if the 5/8 sells well enough, and there's I just learned this on Saturday. In England, they don't say slash; they say stroke. So, and stroke or, if there's enough demand for a 1 inch version, then Bells will consider a 1 inch version.
Yeah, we always do our testing on our 5/8 line, and if that 5/8 line is successful, then we will move forward. I don't think we've had anything that's been Manicore first. So we'll always do the 5/8 line. If the 5/8 line is successful and we like everything that we see, we're going to go to the 1 inch since it's a more limited line.
Right.
And then basically from there, we'll then make it the 60 mil as well. So
nice.
It's kind of 5/8, 1 inch, 60 mil is how we're
That makes sense. That makes sense. So you got another comment that says, Andrew took care of me when I was in the store and had a warranty issue. Solid dude. That's from Big Trevor. I see him at Home Gym Con. Okay, so I don't see any other questions for you in the chat. What I'll do is if anybody puts anything in the chat later on, or if there's any in the comments on replay, I'll reach out if you have time to jump back in. But do you have, before I let you go, do you have anything that you want to announce before I let you go? It could be anything, even stuff you guys posted on Instagram.
No, the biggest one is we're doing a scratch and dent sale here in Indy for the next 3 or 4 days of all the NFL Combine stuff. Come get great equipment that's been used for like less than a week at really good prices. And NFLers used them, so that's going to be awesome as well.
Awesome. Okay, you tell that guy over your shoulder not to buy anything that I want, okay?
That's good.
All right, man. Take it easy, Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right, later. All right, so that was my dude Andrew. You guys just heard it here first. That's well, I don't know if you heard it here first, but I heard it here first that they are doing a scratch and dent sale of all of the equipment that was used at the NFL Combine, and that's for the next couple of days. So Rex, you're going into the Indy showroom, so this is your opportunity to maybe pick up some of that stuff that they use there. All right. So let's go. Next question is related to something I did in, I almost say I did to myself. I guess I kind of did. I did to myself. And it was, let's see here. Let's see if I can pull this one up. I'm trying to get the link. There we go. By the way, Rex, all right, throw this on here. All right. Now I got to make sure the sound is off. The sound is on. All right. And by the way, Rex, I just followed you. So let me go ahead and I'll put yours up on screen so people can see, in case other people want to follow you on Gym Radar. This is, so you guys need to look up Rex Peckinpah's Gym, and you can see it on Gym Radar. And actually, what is this? What is that right there? I don't have a list. You know what? Let's create a new list right now. Call it Gyms I Follow. Okay, obviously I'm not gonna be able to do that because I have to figure that out. See, I told you I ain't been messing with this thing. So anyway, I followed you. So, and I'll create that list, Gyms I Follow. All right, if anybody has any other questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in there. But let's go to the next question. And that has to do with this this deadlift workout, right? So let's go ahead and I'll play it real quick. Okay, so what's going on there? So the question I got was from Victor Soto 4821. He's like, "It's that seemed like a grip issue. Did you use chalk beforehand? I get the frustration, strong brother." So the answer to Victor is yes, I did use chalk, but my grip is fine at that weight. Okay. Um, what's going on is I recently decided to get serious about my conventional deadlift rather than just using it as an optional assistance movement for sumo, right? So it's still an assistance movement, but I remember that my sumo deadlift was at its best when I was pulling conventional consistently, like doing some variation of conventional deadlift at every workout. So it might be a deficit deadlift, and so my deficit deadlift was trained in conventional style, right? I didn't do a deficit sumo, I did deficit conventional. Or just I'd be pulling maybe I'm doing a block pull or a rack pull, and those were all done conventional, okay? Or I just be doing a regular conventional from the floor. And that's when my sumo deadlift was at its strongest. So I remember I did 500 for I think a triple and my body weight was I want to say I think I was actually cutting weight for a competition at the time. And it's funny, but I had to go to Maryland. My grandmother had just passed away, and so we went to Maryland for the funeral. And I swung by a gym that was owned at the time by Susie Hartwig Gary, multiple world record holder. And I had interviewed her for Mark Bell's Power magazine. I know you guys don't care about that, but I'm just part of the story. And so I reached out and said, "Hey, can I swing by your place and get some pulls in?" So I went by there, and I forgot my belt. So I did a beltless 500 deadlift, sumo deadlift for a triple at a body weight of I want to say I was 199 because I wasn't. I was. I remember I was still slightly above the weight class. I competed 198, and I was like, I'm not quite there yet. But anyway, so yeah, so beltless 500 for triple at a body weight of 199, which is still not world breaking, but I was at my strongest. Okay. So anyway, so I said, all right, we got to throw conventional back in there. But because I haven't been doing conventional, my form sucks. And I'm going to show you guys this again. Basically, I got in a bad habit of starting with my shoulders too far in front of the bar. So you see when I start out, my shoulders are in front of the bar instead of behind it. Shoulders are in front of the bar. And so right there, the bar is kind of swinging out. Oh, you guys can't see that. My bad. Hold up. Let's see something here. I thought I was sharing the screen. My bad, yo. Okay, let's try that again. So I start out. So my shoulders are in front of the bar, and see, and so what's happening is the bar is drifting out and away from my shins. So it's actually pulling me forward, right? And so at this point, I'm close to of essentially doing a straight-legged deadlift, and I'm not strong enough at this time to do over 400-pound straight-legged deadlift. I don't remember how much that was, but it's like 405, 25, 35, 27, so 37, maybe 440 something. I can't really tell if I've got any micro gains placed on there or not. Anyway, I'm not strong enough to do that much weight as a stiff-legged deadlift, and so I just let go, and then right there, I'm like mentally kicking myself because I knew what I did right away, and I was also trying to decide if I should reset and try again. And I ended up just saying, you know what, live to fight another day. Let it go. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Let it go. So I appreciate the question, Victor. Only got one more question that's on the menu here. This is an older question, but since this is the first episode of the show, I will include it. And that question is comes from I answered it, but it's from CJ 12641. And he asked this question on my, he put this in the comments during my review of the Iron Bow Strength Frankenstein uprights. Okay. And so the question he asked was, see if I can find it. Yeah, he said, are these uprights true 3x3 or are they 75 millimeter by 75 millimeter? And so I reached out to Frank, the founder of Iron Bow Strength, and he confirmed that those are 75 millimeter by 75 millimeter uprights. Okay. We are very happy with them, but they are not a true 3x3. They do work with just about every attachment we've used, although there's a little bit of slop with the Bells of Steel Monolift attachments. By slop, I mean there's a little bit of gap. So that's it. In any case, shout out to like 2,497 of you guys being here. Do me a favor as we get ready to close this thing out. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe. We need to grow. I want to continue to grow. As I said, it's nigh impossible to get brands to come on these live streams at the drop of a hat if I don't have a big enough audience. So I'm asking you guys to help me make this show better, this show and everything else we do better for you guys. And that's simply just hit like, hit subscribe, put comments on the in the live chat, comment on the video. If you guys have a question and you're watching on replay, and I will answer them next week. But it is, hey, what up, Jared? Hey man, we're getting ready to shut things down. Appreciate you being here though. If you have a question, Andrew from Bells of Steel was already on. If you have a question for him, you can go ahead and put him in the comments. That's why I put this thing as I shut this down, but it'll be available as a replay. You can just put your question in the, or anyone can put their question in the comments in the on this as a replay. I'm drinking my pre-workout because it is time to go and bench press. And I committed to doing this for 30 minutes. So shout out, hey David, what's up? He is my guy from Gorilla Strength Equipment, the exclusive manufacturers of the Garage Gorilla Bar, my favorite knurled axle bar. True 45-pound knurled axle, not one of those flimsy, guess the weight axle bars that's out on the market. This thing is a true 45, calibrated and also centered to make sure that you don't have any voids or anything else like that. That thing is solid and I love it. And I actually just used it on Friday. So he said, this is my time of day. And of course, to my lovely wife, Naomi, thank you for the support. And she came upstairs to make sure I was awake. I appreciate it, baby. So I wouldn't miss the stream. All right. Like I said, let me see. I think we got through everything. Anyway, so that's it for today's episode of Mailbag Mondays. Drop a comment also and let me know how you guys like it. This is an ongoing series, so let me know if you guys think this is something that we should continue to do. And as I said, if you had a question that was not answered today, please post it in the comments. I'll answer it next Monday, along with any other questions you guys post on our YouTube shorts, our YouTube uploads, or in our YouTube community section, which means you'd have to be back to see the answer. And it is time for me to hit the gym now. And we do have one more thing. We have a vlog style upload tomorrow morning. The topic is training when you don't feel motivated to train. See if I can pull this up here. Let's see if I can pull this up here on YouTube. All right. Yeah, so the topic is training when you don't feel motivated to train. Those of our channel members have already seen it, but that is going to drop tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Okay, so you guys be on the lookout for it. Okay. Anyway, and this Friday at 6, we're gonna have another fun episode of Up Way Too Early with Garage from Life. My guest will be Chris from Strength and Steel Reviews and Ryan from Cara Metal. Plus, of course, my lovely wife Naomi will be here to attempt to restrain my shenanigans. You know, I don't know. Just do the best you can, Naomi. You know how I am. So anyway, that's it. And I'm signing off here. And that's right. Bacon is for breakfast. And I have breakfast every day. Okay. That's the only thing. Okay. Anyway, appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you later. And we out.